Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your Sagittarius season reading. The sun is passing through your house of relationships for the next month, from November 21st to December 21st. It's a time of commitment if you want it. And everyone's seeing things in the most truthful and fair way possible. That could mean you need to pull a little bit more of your weight in work and relationships to show that you're truly there and committed, or where people have been seeing you as lucky, or a shot in the pan. Is that it? A shot in the pan? Yeah.
Shot in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Like a one-time wonder, one-hit wonder type thing?
I think so, yeah.
That thing? Yeah. Thanks.
So,
You're not a one-hit wonder. Never have been, you never will be. This is actually still just the beginning of your rise, and if people can't take it right now, they surely won't be able to take it over the coming years when things just get even better for you. Finances get better, you get happier. So, if you're dealing with relationships and they won't participate, they won't meet you where you're at, they can't find it within themselves to support you, it's actually of your benefit, because things are genuinely getting ready to get better and better and better over the coming years. And you don't want to put yourself in a situation where the Six of Pentacles, you're helping people who actually don't want the best for you. There's a difference between helping people who need you and there's a lot of love there, genuine love, genuine support. But the Ten of Swords, there are people who would love to see you face on the ground. Look at these cards. But they feel like if they can disguise themselves, the Moon, as someone who just needs your help, because Jupiter and Gemini puts you in such a position of power, authority, freedom. It's a big winning energy. If they can make it seem like, the victim. They were the victim. They need your help. The Nine of Swords are so sad. They're struggling. These people really kind of just want to distract you from your steady growth right now. And because Venus is in your 8th house until December 7th, it's quite easy for you to fall into that trap. Mainly because you also need a lot of intense emotional connection. So it's really easy to confuse the intense emotional connection with, it's really easy to confuse that need with thinking that people really care, when really they actually just want to latch on to you because they see what you possess. They see where you're going, they see your trajectory. But because you are also in emotional need right now, it's easy for them to latch on, and it's easy for you to let them in. It's easy for you to confuse that very hidden intention of theirs with, some humble desire to get to a better place in their lives. Mercury is retrograde in your 7th house of relationships. There's a lot going on right now in your house of relationships. It's either bringing healing to the relationships in your life that you know are solid and have been there and have shown you that they will work to be in your life, or it's healing from this romantic energy that only is strong in the moment when they know they need to be strong, but in the moments when you really need them, it feels like just air. It feels like just feeling, but like, is this really real? Do you even really get me? Or are you just attracted to my energy? The Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords. There are a lot of people attracted to your energy right now, Gemini, and it's of your benefit to be aware of that and to not fall prey to that gravitational pull that Jupiter and Gemini is giving you for the next year. It's important to remember that in love, in friendship, in business partnerships. And it's like, oh, well, does it help if this person is just honest, if they're just honest with you about like, hey, like, this is where I'm at? Like, I don't think it really helps. I think the only thing that helps during this time, the only way to really feel safe within your connections right now is to keep moving forward. Things have been really weird. Saturn was retrograde, just went direct, but Neptune is still retrograde. It's very weird. Pluto just moved into Aquarius. Things are getting very weird. It's a lot of change, and we all need each other, but it's just like, who are you? Right? It's that energy. But there's a protection to this, this Moon card and this Virgo card. Virgos and Pisces might be very triggering to the world around them, but it's a protective strategy to, not to hurt people, right? You don't want to hurt people, but you want to consistently test the intentions of the people in your life, especially new people that you don't really know, new business partners that come in. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Test the people by moving forward. Test the people by showing them your shadow and seeing if they can handle the parts of you that aren't perfect. The part of you that you would hide out for the rest of your life just to make them feel comfortable and be around you. Test them by showing them that part of you. The new moon in your house of relationships on December 1st will actually show you how when you show these people that part of you that you would never show, you see exactly who's who. You see clearly. It feels counterintuitive because it's like, no, like, I need to be this polished version of me. I need to be this well put together version of me. But it's like, no, you need to make sure that the people who you connect with, the people who you work with, understand that you're a real human being. And they understand that you're connected to your own shadow, which means that you can easily connect to theirs. And you only want people who feel comfortable connecting with their own shadow and are aware that it even exists. And when you find those people who have that balance within themselves, it's quite easy to commit to a life with them, especially if you're dealing with an Aquarius. It's quite easy. But it's also this community energy. Nobody's judging you for how you feel. They actually love it. They understand it. They accept the human in you. It's the part of them that's very easy, very hard to embrace, that you open them up to. Your audience, your clients, your friends, your lover. Mars goes retrograde in Leo on December 6th, and the fun comes to a striking halt. Not because it doesn't exist anymore, but because it's hard to understand your own impulses. You're questioning your own mind. You're questioning if you're really growing, or are you just fulfilling your inner child? Is it the same thing? If you're not hard on yourself, you can go through this process of self-reflection and keep yourself from expecting the world around you, the people in your life, to give you the answers. This is a journey. Mars is an independent journey through your third house, through your mind, through that impulse that drives you to speak, to move, to go to that place, go to this place. And it feels really like you want something different. The sun, you feel like you've grown to a place that opens you up to new experiences. And don't lean into the inner child that's like, I deserve this, I should have this, Kanye energy, right? Like, don't lean into that inner child. That's not going to get you. It's only going to make people look at you like you're crazy. Even though you're not crazy, you may deserve those things, but people aren't going to serve you unless you pay them to serve you. So if you feel like you've gotten to a level that affords you new experiences in your day-to-day, create those new experiences. Where should it take you? What should you be eating? How should your day-to-day go? Who should you be speaking to? It's for you to make those changes, not to impose them on the world around you. And especially right now, while Venus is in your 8th house, it's actually smart to be very, very quiet. Your success speaks for itself. You're winning too big right now. So to speak on even more of that win only actually takes away from it. There's a major sense of attraction to your energy when you just take the action. When you speak, it's like the energy works against you. Of course, the circulation never stops, but it's like rubbing it in. It's like rubbing it in how successful you are every time you speak. So don't overexert yourself, especially while Mars is in Leo. Because then it's just like, oh, you're not aware of how much your ego is being fulfilled right now, and you want more. You don't need more. You're fine. When Mars goes retrograde, you're fine. Just make the changes in your personal life. Make the changes in who you collaborate with, who you work with, who you spend time talking to. Just make the changes. You don't have to talk to anybody about it. You don't have to tell the world about it. Just make the changes. The people who you were mingling with before don't fit into this equation in the way that they once did. Not because you're choosing for them not to, but because they're choosing. So just make the changes. You usually, it's like stray bullets, right? Like, okay, let me explain. It's like there's a part of you that like doesn't want anybody to get hit by the stray bullets of your words, of your actions, but like you know that your words and your actions are stray bullets, right? But like for the most part, you don't want anyone that you don't have beef with to get hit by any of these stray bullets. These are just stray bullets going because they create noise, they create an energy, they create a vibe, they create art, right? And then there are those people who provoke you, who are upset with your extremely high confidence, they're triggered by it, they're intimidated by it, they're jealous of it. And so they make a mess of the energy and they try to pull you into their mess to make you seem like them in a sense, like you're on the same level, like they're above you, whatever. And I think people sometimes they think it's just talk. They don't realize that you actually do have an ego that at the drop of a dime you would lean into to destroy them because you try to be the nice one, you know? But when they play with you, you let the strays fly. You don't try to protect them from the strays. You let them get hit because it really makes them seem so much smaller than they really are, and they just deserve it. They've attracted that. Your strays aren't meant to actually hit anybody, but it's protective because the people who have real jealousy, have real feelings about your success, will make themselves known. And so essentially they're attracting that loss to themselves. You don't even have to do it. So, in a sense, don't be loud, don't fight back, don't overexert yourself. Just allow the strays to hit whoever is deserving of it because essentially they're asking for it. They don't think that you will defend yourself. Venus enters Sagittarius on December 7th, and all of this noise and this energy that wants to weigh you down starts to subside because the opportunities, the work opportunities, the love opportunities just become so much louder than that noise. They become so much louder. You kind of drown out those situations, walk away from them. You know, it's the money. It's the money. Don't commit to any financial opportunities too soon. Let people tell you what they have to offer you in terms of work. Let them give you the number that they want to pay you. Let them, let them express themselves. Let them tell you how they see you first. Let them say it. There's a work opportunity that, someone wants to bring to the table, but they know that you're worth more than what they're actually saying. The Five of Swords and the King of Pentacles. They don't want you to have what they know you're deserving of. So let them say what's on the table and give it a second. Sit with it. before you make any commitments. Let them tell you what's available and then take it and spin it into something that actually works for you, but also in a way that makes them see that you actually have at least 5 other opportunities that would jump at the opportunity to collaborate with you where you are right now and pay you more than what this person is giving you, to where they're rushing towards you and they think they're the opportunity, but actually you are the opportunity that they could miss out on. So don't make any financial commitments under this Mercury retrograde. Let Venus move into Aquarius. Wait until Mercury goes direct on the 15th. But on the 7th of December, there will be a financial offer that at first, especially if you're feeling insecure, you may want to jump at. You may want to accept because you don't feel like you're worthy of more, but you want to give this retrograde time. You want to sit with it and you want to wait until after the 15th to spin up some more ideas as to how this can work in your favor in many more ways than what they've put on the table before you commit. But you don't want to say too much, right? Don't vocalize how you're feeling about all of this. Just take note. Be quiet. It's actually going to make them say even more, the Knight of Swords, than they meant to say. So making it very clear to you where those loopholes are that would guide you to more. And then when you're ready, after the 15th of December, come back to this person, come back to this opportunity and talk about the financials. Talk about what would actually make that opportunity worthy of your time and energy, and understand that they know very well what you're worthy of. The 9 of Pentacles, they know very well, they just are hoping that you don't know. But once you know, the deal is done, because they know that if they say no, there are many other people that would say yes and they would be losing out. So wait until after the 15th to commit and to have the conversation in a way that truly suits you. Again, don't express this, right? Just sit with it, craft, reflect. Go talk to some other potential opportunities so that you can see what, this business partner was leaving out. Things that they thought you wouldn't notice. If this is a love situation, you need to talk about the finances. You need to talk about what's upsetting you about the finances. If you want more, get clear about what specifically you want. Don't just complain and assert your dominance. Get clear about what you want and they'll give it to you. Sometimes you feel like love is all there is and that's it, but love is action. It's feeling and it's action. So if the feeling that this person was giving you doesn't make up for these very material things that you desire, it's important to speak on them and to say what you physically really desire. Judgment, the 5 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. You desire for them to work for you. You desire for them to understand that whatever it is you guys were doing before was not comprehensive. It's not sustainable. You want to grow. And that means you have to speak truths that burst emotional bubbles, your own and theirs. But if they're strong enough and they're really in it, they'll work to have these conversations with you and see the opportunities to go much further than you guys have ever gone. And if they don't, either way, Neptune goes direct in Pisces on the same day, on December 7th, and your public success opens you up to much more than they are aware that they could even offer you. So don't fret about someone who feels like you're asking for too much, who feels like you're not worth working for. Don't fret, don't worry. That's how they feel, therefore holding you in this space. But when Neptune goes direct in Pisces, you being able to pull back and focus completely on yourself, your growth, your passions, your long-term builds. It's triggering because it's like, why wasn't I just doing this the whole time anyway? But it's also like the biggest confirmation that you never have to force anybody to work to love you the way that you feel like you desire. You just have to keep working on yourself. The Queen of Wands. It's also a very honest visual of who's attached to you, because they want to be attached to your success. They want to be attached to where they know you're going. It's scary, but it's just the reality. It's just the reality that the 10th house is it's a hard-working person. It's someone who works day in and day out financially to make sure things move financially the way that they need to, but also emotionally the way that they need to. It's the place that you're in right now with all of this support in these mutable signs. Neptune going direct in Pisces in your 10th house. You should expect the highest from your friends, from your family, but from the people that you allow closest to you every single day. You should expect the highest from them. Because you're delivering the highest, you're already in positions of the highest power, whatever it may be. If you're allowing people who are not working at your level, they will only pull you back. Pull you back. You want people who are going to work to meet you where you are and who aren't intimidated by the level that you're at, and also who understand that they don't understand. They need to understand. They need to be curious about where you are in your life and who you are. That's actually the only way to really know how to meet you. That's the only way to really work, is by being curious consistently about who you are, where you are. The full moon in your sign on December 15th is everyone listening to what you have to say. This is your season of relationships. You have been disconnected from your people. During Sagittarius season, you have a moment where everyone's listening. They're waiting to hear what you see. They're waiting for you to tell us where we are right now, to communicate, to bring the messages. And it's nice because you're finally ready. You're not angry. You're not, Venus has moved out of your 8th house. Pluto is now in your 9th house. You finally feel better, even if it's just for a moment. Capricorn season is coming, we know, but even if it's just for a moment, you finally feel clear enough to just be, speak, exist, create, love. It's not ego, it's purpose, it's authenticity. It's a moment just for you. It's a moment to release everything that it took to get to this point and to get back on your game of knowing these truths that people may know, but they don't actually act on, they don't implement, they can't be consistent with it, they can't, but you're focused again and you know what you know and it is what it is and you're moving. You're back, dare I say. Mercury goes direct in your house of relationships on December 15th, and it is time to talk about these money situations. It's time to talk about these commitments. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. You need the money to be merged with the love. If the love isn't tied in with it, you don't want anything to do with it because you understand that these people may be able to pay you, but they actually care nothing about you. And if you have to take up more space in order to have these conversations in a way that makes you feel safe, please do. In love, you're waiting on someone who has not just the finances to offer you, but they have the real emotional commitment, not just the emotional commitment, but they have the financial offers for you. They have a plan for your life together, and if you feel that energy coming in under this Mercury direct and you're ready to move forward with a commitment in your life, take it slowly, but there's peace of mind and the letting go of the back and forth and the up and down and the left and right. You're ready, they're ready. You've reflected, you've reevaluated, you've played around with the situation that you've played around, and now you just want to be in love. You just want to be settled. You know that things aren't going to be easy, and you want the stability of this connection in your life to go through these up and down journeys with you, especially if you're dealing with the Libra here. This person knows how to validate you while also bringing you peace of mind. They communicate in a way that pulls you out of this contempt. As Mercury, Sagittarius season comes to an end and the Sun enters Capricorn on December 21st, all of this hoorah and the loudness of Sagittarius season for you halts. It's been a lot. It's been chaotic in ways that you'd love. But when Pluto enters Capricorn, you have some feelings about what's happened in the past, about things that you've missed out on, about things that you regret. And it's time to sit with those feelings for a little bit and to process them. The 8th house is, not a time to rush out into the world. This moment of reinvention is actually very internal. The Two of Wands, the Hangman, and the High Priestess. It's an intentional delay, but it's not a full delay. It's just you need more time to plan out your moves and what you're going to create and how you're going to create it. You need, a lot more patience with yourself in the process of creating and building and moving and speaking. You just need a lot more healing. So don't jump. The jump will, everything pours out starting on the 21st. Everything, you know, the things that you were able to quickly bring to fruition during Sagittarius season, that approach destroys things in Capricorn season. So starting on the 21st, take a beat, take a second, sit down, sit with what you have, sit with who you are, make your deals and commitments before the 21st. Take some space. The impulse is not desired. You need emotional safety and pleasure within your home. You need sex. You need intimacy. That may be a little too much for the world around you in the way that you may need it as the sun enters Capricorn. Find those safe spaces and lean in there, but the whole world is not your audience for Capricorn season. They aren't looking for that intimate bond. It's too intense. Find those safe spaces. Find those people who get you, who understand, who want that intimate connection, and focus there. We'll talk more about Capricorn season toward the end of December. In the meantime, you can schedule your private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description. The Sagittarius season playlist Flight is out now on Apple Music, and the link is in the description. I'll see you in Capricorn season. Love you, Gemini. Bye.